Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone to another Ref Brandon and the Todd family YouTube video. Wherever you are, whatever you may be doing, thank you so much for making Ref Brandon and the Todd family a part of your day. We always greatly appreciate it. Today's video is going to be our weekly NASCAR review. So if you're a NASCAR fan or know someone who is, please feel free to tell them to watch this video, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and give me your thoughts on what you thought about the race from this past Sunday at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Because honestly, I really felt like, and I still feel like, it was one of the best races at New Hampshire in a long time. It didn't start out good. We'll get to more of that coming up here in just a few minutes. But let's go ahead and congratulate Eric Almirola for winning the race. He brought home the checkered flag, followed by Christopher Bell, Brad Keselowski, Joey Logano, and Ryan Blaney. 6 through 10 was Kevin Harvick, Kyle Larson, Ross Chastain, Alex Bowman, and Denny Hamlin. But on actually it happened probably around lap 6 or 7, the rains came, but NASCAR for some reason did not throw the caution flag right away and waited about a lap or two too long, and Kyle Busch got caught up in it, and he was actually leading the race. He hit the wall, it took him out, and he finished dead last. Now, being a Kyle Busch fan, I follow Kyle Busch on social media, and a lot of the fans were outraged about it. Now, did NASCAR mess up again? Yes, and it's pitiful because it seems like about every other week now there's some kind of delay either before the race or during the race because of rain. So you would think that they're getting so much experience now with the red flags and the rain that they would be better at making these decisions, but they continue to suck at making decisions as far as when to throw out the caution flag, when to throw out the red flag during the rain. They're not learning anything. How you can experience this almost every other week now and still suck this bad, I don't know. So did NASCAR end Kyle Busch's day? Yes, they did. But even as a Kyle Busch fan, I can't sit here and say they took the win from him because it was lap number 8. Lap number 8, a lot can happen after that. He may have blown up halfway through for all we know. So, yes, it was frustrating to see it happen because it makes you wonder where he would have finished at, but there's no way to say he would have won that race because you just don't know. There's just no way to know. But after all that debacle, and they had all the red flags for the rain, it was actually a very exciting race. And it was good to see Eric Almirola win. That's his first win, not on a super speedway. And because the NASCAR playoff format now is pretty much win and you're in, he's pretty much in the playoffs now. He's the 13th different winner so far this season. The points right now, only 4 more races before the playoffs start. We've got Kyle Larson at the top, followed by Martin Truex Jr., Alex Bowman, Kyle Busch, and Chase Elliott. 6 through 10 is William Byron, Joey Logano, Ryan Blaney, Brad Keselowski, and Kurt Busch. Then the last 3 drivers in right now are Christopher Bell, Michael McDowell, and Eric Almirola. That's your 13 winners so far this season. Those 13 guys are in. It's hard to believe that neither Denny Hamlin nor Kevin Harvick has won a race, and here we are going to be in August by the time they get back on the racetrack, because there's no race this weekend and there's no race next weekend. The next Cup Series race is coming up Sunday, August the 8th at Watkins Glen. I believe the race is called Go Bowling at the Glen. So the Cup guys get 2 weeks off. Now there has been some news going on in the NASCAR world off the racetrack right now. the Wood brothers came out and said that Matt DiBenedetto would not return to the 21 car next year. It's going to be Jeff Burton's son, Harrison Burton, driving that car. And the worst kept secret in the history of NASCAR finally came official on Tuesday when Roush Fenway Racing announced that Brad Keselowski is jumping over to Roush Fenway Racing next year to make it Roush Fenway Keselowski Racing, and he will be in the 6 car. And Roger Penske said that Austin Cindric will be in the 2 car next year for Penske Racing. Now we got to sit back and wait and see what's going to happen to Ryan Newman, because Ryan Newman says he has 0 plans to retire, but he may not have a choice, because even though he may not want to retire, if nobody offers him a ride, he's going to have no other option but to retire. Now, he'll probably get a ride if he wants one with one of the underfunded teams, but somebody like Ryan Newman that's been around as long as he has, he's not going to want to drive for one of the underfunded teams. But if that's his only option besides retirement, he may go ahead and do that. Now, Jack Roush said they would bring Ryan Newman back next year in a part-time role if he wants a part-time role, but he says he wants to continue driving and continue competing full-time. So we'll have to sit back and wait and see where this goes. I'm excited about watching the last 4 weeks of the regular season when they get back on the racetrack on August 8th, just to see if Hamlin or Harvick can get a win before the playoffs start. And if you follow along with my NASCAR reviews, you know I mentioned about a month ago that NASCAR said that they were watching closely the Hendrick organization, because Kyle Larson was dominating and nobody can be that good. It's happened before. When Jimmy Johnson drove for Hendrick, every single time Jimmy Johnson won a race, he always failed post-race inspection, and that's why I never was a Jimmy Johnson fan, because if you're going to cheat, you should at least be able to get by with it. And he got caught almost every single time, but NASCAR never did nothing. Now, the past couple of years, Hendrick's been clean, and even last year, there was the talk that, Hendrick was no longer the top of the NASCAR world. It was now Penske and Gibbs, and possibly Hendrick before Stewart-Haas. And now all of a sudden this year, they're back at the top of the world, and Kyle Larson's winning all the time, and NASCAR comes out and says we're watching Hendrick, and ever since they said that, guess what's happened? Hendrick ain't did diddly squat, except for Chase Elliott. He won the road course last weekend, but Chase Elliott almost always wins road courses. But there was a time, almost every single week, Hendrick had all 4 cars in the top 4, or all 4 cars in the top 5, or at least all 4 cars in the top 10. But ever since NASCAR came out and said they were watching them, that hasn't happened. So it's obvious that they were doing something illegal. If you can't figure that out, then you've got a problem, because it's blatantly obvious that they were cheating, and they knew NASCAR was watching them, and now all of a sudden they're not winning. Now, if they don't win for the next 3 or 4 races as we head into the playoffs, if NASCAR quits watching them, well, then they'll start cheating again. It'll be obvious because they'll be out front again. But after seeing Jimmy Johnson cheat all those years and seeing what's going on this year, it's obvious to me that Rick Hendrick can't win unless he's cheating, unless it's Chase Elliott at a road course, because Chase Elliott does do good at road courses. That's definitely his specialty. If NASCAR had more road courses, you'd probably see Chase Elliott win 8, 9, 10 times a year, because he would win almost every single road course that they went to. So if you have any thoughts on this past weekend's race at New Hampshire, please let me know. Or if you have any thoughts about what you think Ryan Newman might do as we head into the 2022 season, please feel free to let me know. There's always a bunch of silly season stuff going on this time of the year, and it's already happening with Harrison Burton going into the 21 Wood Brothers car, and Austin Cindric going into the 2 Penske car, and Brad Keselowski going over to Roush Fenway Racing to make it Roush Fenway Keselowski Racing. Let's go ahead and get our dad joke of the day in here. If you want a job in the moisturizer business, the best advice I can give is to apply daily. And that wraps it up for today's Ref Brandon and the Todd Family YouTube video. Until next time, it's Ref Brandon saying, just like in pro wrestling, life can be over by the count of 3. Tell your friends and family how much you love them. Bye.